Stop wasting time on endless Python tutorials on YouTube. In this video, I'll give you 3 actionable steps to start mastering Python, build a strong foundation, and stand out on your resume compared to other folks. You can be a complete new beginner, someone that's looking to make a career change, or maybe even program in a different language and you just want a different way to do it. No fluff, just what you need to start programming effectively today or this weekend if you don't feel like today. The first step is going to be sticking to one source for the basics. I don't care if you use FreeCodeCamp, W3 Schools, the Odin Project, or that really huge 23-hour Harvard CS50 course. It's really big, but it's really good. Or whatever other platform you want to use. We're just going to stick to one and we're going to commit to it. Sit down, watch, and listen actively. This doesn't mean put it on your second monitor and play World of Warcraft or League of Legends or Overwatch, but actually sit down, at least put it on the large player on YouTube or full screen it, and we're gonna take broad, high-level notes. I don't want you to get crazy with the notes here. You don't have to italicize and highlight and all that junk. Just make generic subjects for each of the new concepts you learn and write down a few notes. Heck, maybe even take some screenshots if you're feeling crazy. This is the only time you're gonna go through a beginner playlist, so everything you do from here on out is just gonna solidify what you learn in these videos, whoever you pick. Step 2 is going to have us start getting dirty and having our hands hit the keyboard. Now, step 2 has 2 different parts, and I know I deceived you a little bit. Overall, we'll have a step 1, step 2, step 2.5, and then step 3, right? But we're actually going to start writing code in this one. And what I want you to do, first thing you're going to do is you are going to go over to ChatGPT, and you can just do this with the free edition. All you're going to do it is ask for simple project ideas. Now it's going to come up with like a banking app or whatever. Even some of these are a little bit more than what we need, or it's going to be like an airline ticket system or something. I want you to make either a blackjack game, a deal or no deal game, or a text adventure, because these go over a lot of the concepts you already learned in those first videos, and hopefully you were writing a little bit of code from those first videos, just like following along or whatever. But what I want you to do is I want you to take these projects and I want you to kind of just like force yourself through them. And I know it's going to be a little bit rough at first. You're going to be Googling a lot. You're going to be going on Stack Overflow or GitHub a lot. But the most important thing with this part is do not use ChatGPT to solve these games. And I know you went to ChatGPT to get these ideas, but just don't have ChatGPT solve these problems. This is a very core step in your learning journey with Python, and just force yourself through it a little bit. And the second part of step 2 is once you've done a few of these projects like the blackjack game and the text adventure, head over to LeetCode.com, make an account, and filter problems by easy. These are perfect for building actual problem solving skills. And fun fact, if you get really addicted to LeetCode mediums and hards are actually some of the technical interview questions you might get as a programmer. But these are perfect for applying like actual, almost like mini little logic puzzles. If you struggle, don't sweat it. That is definitely perfectly normal in LeetCode. Even some of the easiest can sometimes be a little bit rough. But alternate between solving these and doing the small projects from part 1 of this step, and it'll really keep things fresh and reinforce what you're learning. For step 3, we're gonna do something real fun. We're gonna build a real world project. It's time to tackle something a lot bigger and more practical that you'll be able to add to your resume or add to your GitHub and start building upon, and really like you'll be in your stride now, and you'll be able to tackle even bigger projects after this and just keep building upon your resume. I recommend a project that interacts with an API, as it's really transferable to a lot of programming languages, and it's really easy to do in Python, and it's also very practical. Like in your role, you're going to be interacting with APIs all the time. This even goes for stuff in like cybersecurity engineering if you're pivoting to over there. If you're a gamer, which I know a lot of you guys are, according to my demographics, use an API from a game you like. And for example, I always like to give League of Legends. They have a really good API. And the League API is very performant and it's very verbose. Build a program that, let's say, it tracks your recent win streak, the champions you played, or even the performance stats you got in the games. The League API gives you all sorts of details on this, and you can build some pretty cool stuff. Once again, try to not use AI for this though. So just try to stick to it. A lot of these APIs, they're going to feed you a bunch of JSON output, but filtering on JSON is absolutely core and critical to working in Python because, well, every API is going to send you back JSON, and most applications are going to send you back JSON. So the whole world is kind of just JSON sometimes. You're going to start to realize this. The goal is to create something realistic, though, that mimics like real world development tasks. Once you're done with this, commit it to a Git repo. Make sure you don't have any secrets in there, like an API key or a password or anything, and treat it as a portfolio project. Over time, whether it's weekly or daily, go back to it, publish some commits to it, and just work on it over time. And then what you can do is, even with just this one project, add your GitHub to your LinkedIn. You have a LinkedIn, right? Add your GitHub to your LinkedIn or add your GitHub to your resume and just keep building on this. And then over time, you're gonna have different projects in your GitHub. And then all of a sudden, you've got actual nice, like medium and large size projects in your GitHub for Python. If that doesn't show you're a developer in Python, I don't know what does, you know? Like you get that, and then the rubber has met the road. You're making projects, and you're probably very much so in your stride now. The reason why this video was the last one you'll ever need for learning Python is that it simply gets to the point of, I want you to start writing code. Tons of people are just endlessly watching tutorials or reading books and get stuck on the questions in the middle and end up in tutorial hell where they're just lost and they just keep rewatching the same tutorials and a year went by. So don't let that be you. Write code, work on small projects, and then commit to a medium or a large project you can showcase on your resume. And what I want you to do is I want you to actually really stick to this. Like this time, make it different. Like if you're at this point in the video, and I know it wasn't even that long, but if you're at this point in the video and you actually listen to these things, seriously, just do it. You're gonna read the same things on Reddit. You need to just start writing code, all right? And I'm thinking about making a playlist where I just get straight to the point on learning these basics of Python, because too many of these things out there, they're just full of fluff. They're trying to sell a course. They're trying to do something weird, right? So let me know down below in the comments if you want me to do something like that. Make sure to like and subscribe so that way if I do something like that, then you'll be the first to know. And honestly, if you've got any critiques or anything, just let me know in the comments. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. So best of luck to you in whatever you choose to do. Just commit to whatever you decide to start doing and just follow through all the way. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.